YouTubers! Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel, bringing you another exciting video for the housing crisis. I'm taking the housing crisis, putting a spin on it, and making it exciting for people to get into and understand and create awareness. Make sure you get this video, share it, get it out there. Please find time to read the article too if you can, because I'm not the best reader in the world, but I want to get this message out there. And this ties into the video I made yesterday about how housing in Canada, housing needs to drop about 60 to 70% in Vancouver for the Canadian proper that works 3 jobs to be able to afford to buy into the housing market. That's how bad it is. Australia is like 85%. I did some Mickey Mouse calculations the other day, and on some scrap paper, and I found out some very disturbing things, and the Canadian proper has been bought out of the housing market. So what's going on in this article? Let's go ahead and read. How home affordability in Canada worst in almost 30 years. Yeah. Toronto's worst ever, says RBC. Despite cooling measures by the government, the least affordable place to purchase a home remains Vancouver. Of course it's Vancouver. RBC says that affordability measures worst since 1990. Toronto hits the poorest level ever. RBC Bank says housing affordability in Canada hit the worst level since 1990. Yes, 1990 in the second quarter of this year. Woo! In the new report Friday, RBC Economics says its national housing affordability measure deteriorated for the 8th straight quarter. Yes! I don't know if you guys watched my Trends in the Housing Market where I go live, and I discussed how I read an article actually that it would take 50 years for the average tech guy in Toronto to afford to put a down payment. It was 30 or 50 years to put a down payment on a house or a condo, a 1-bedroom condo. Never mind buying a house, you know what I'm saying? The Toronto area was the hardest hit, where RBC says affordability declined the most and hit the lowest level measured in the city. RBC says that the Ontario government, someone's commenting there, Ontario government's actions in April to cool down the housing market did not have an immediate impact on provincial housing prices in the second quarter. Still, the lowest affordability place to purchase home remains in Vancouver area, where affordability worsened after 2 straight quarters of improvement. RBC says outside the British Columbia, Ontario, affordability remains stable. So if you go to places like, I guess, even in Calgary homes dropped to about 400 large, and the Canadian proper still cannot buy into the housing crisis. Let me turn this camera around. So what's happening, people? You guys know what's happening if you've been following me, if you've been stuck under a rock for the last 10 years and don't know what's going on. Our country has been sold out. We are sold to the highest bidder. That's what you call a free market. But what's happening? Canadian proper work 3 jobs. I was reading an article the other day, 72 hours, and still can't afford to pay rent on a 1-bedroom apartment. So this is how bad things are going. How can they fix this? I already told you guys in many videos how this will be fixed. Canada needs to bring in more immigration with money, with huge wealth, to be able to fill those positions. So the Canadian proper, like myself, will have to move out of the city because we can't afford to. It's not that we can't afford. It's a majority of us are not dumb to buy into the Ponzi scheme. So let me know what you guys think. I live in Merritt now, and I don't know what I'm grateful. Every morning I wake up, I'm so excited and happy. My kids come in the room, wake me up. You should see them following each other around. I love having kids, by the way. And if you're holding back from having a family because you can't afford it, think about moving to a small town. If you're holding back and not getting married because you can't afford it, think of moving to a smaller town. Network, work out of your home, do something, sell stuff on eBay. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about affordability crisis. It's getting worse. London's getting hit big time. Homelessness, 1 in 5 people 25 and under have experienced or are homeless right now, and you can't see them. Apparently, the article I read 3 days ago. It's out of control. Canadian proper, finished. Australian proper, finished. I sound like the Iron Sheik, like back in the old wrestling days. But it's really happening, guys. And I don't know what to say, or I don't know what to do. But people need to wake up to this, because it's really bad. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below.